I have been told by Christians that my opinion on LGBTQ plus people is invalid because I have 2 children in that community. And of course, I would just change my mind and my opinion to justify them. No, let me tell you something. Since our 2 kids came out, we have pondered, prayed, pressed for answers. We have sought, studied, searched for God. We listened and asked and listened some more. And through it all, we heard that still small voice expressing truth and love and peace. Don't dare tell me our opinion is invalid and doesn't matter. We're the ones whose opinion does matter because we have something very important at stake, our children.
Would it be okay if I were to tell you that I am afraid someday, so I call you up and you call me down? Would it be okay?
Well, hello and welcome to the FreedHearts podcast. So glad you're here with us. As always, I am Robert Cottrell, and I'm here, as always, with
Susan Cottrell.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, baby?
Mama. Suki.
Yeah.
That's your grandmother name, isn't it?
It is.
And mine's
Yeah.
Papa. Okay. So again, welcome. Again, so glad you're here. Thanks for giving us this time in your life. Thanks for sharing it with us. As we've said before, we always like to think that it's just the 3 of us here around a table and we're just talking. So we hope it feels like that to you. We're over 150,000 downloads now, and 7,000 cities, 150 countries. It's just amazing to me. But it's just the 3 of us.
Yeah.
Or the 4 of us if there are more of you there. Hey, hi. Share this if you'd like, subscribe if you would, please, and support if you can. We really appreciate it. Well, we're going to talk today about, we have 5 adult kids. We love them with all of our heart. 2 of them are part of
As you do.
2 of them are part of the LGBTQ plus community. And wild horses would not cause me to reject any one of them, ever. These are our precious kids. They're our kids. And our main job is to love them, to let them know that they are loved, that they are beloved, to nurture them, to protect them, to have their back, to educate them, to correct them when they're young, direct them when they're adolescents, and let them go when they're older teens. I read somewhere, heard somewhere where it was, don't ever do anything for a child they can do for themselves. You know what I mean? Like, let them learn, let them, and I like that. I mean, there's all
To
kinds
some
of
degree,
stuff. Yeah, some degree, but let them go through that. Again, correct them when they're young, direct them when they're adolescents, and let them go when they're older teens, and give them our best wisdom when they seek it, hold our tongue when they don't, and hold their hearts and our hearts for the rest of our lives.
It's beautiful.
Beloved, our job is not to make their life a living hell.
It isn't?
No, it's not. Now,
Cool.
I will say that some of us enter into parenting. Again, both of my parents are gone, your parents are gone, the grandparents are gone. We entered into this role of a parent with like no instructions, nothing.
Yeah.
And oftentimes we parent out of our
Pain.
out of our pain sometimes. Our fear. But our job is not to make their life a living hell.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well,
anyway,
and here's what it means to make their life a living hell. It means that you shame them, ridicule them, reject them, call them names, tell them every day that they're wrong, kick them out of the house. These acts would make anyone's life a living hell. And some of you reading this may be thinking, how can a parent do something so hurtful? But it is much easier even to passively convey this message of shame and condemnation and rejection than we think.
Yeah. Now, I will say that we still hear almost every day, well, I would say every day on average, that from either a parent who is saying, hey, my child came out as gay or lesbian or bisexual or transgender or just questioning it all, and I can't accept that. I can't accept that. They're an abomination. They're a disappointment to me and to God, and that's it. I'm ending the relationship. And we hear from LGBTQ people who say, "Hey, look at what my parents did."
Yeah, unbelievable.
They kicked me out of the house even today. So this happens every single day.
Right.
So parents
Yeah.
do that. Yeah.
And but you can also really convey that message of shame and condemnation and rejection much more subtly than you think.
Yeah, passively, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've been told by Christians, well-meaning or not, that my opinion on LGBTQ people is invalid, that my opinion is invalid because I have children who are LGBTQ. Since I've naturally just, changed my opinion to justify them.
Yeah, let me say that again, because that's what we want to talk about today.
Yeah.
Is that we've been told by Christians, again, from our past or those random Christian strangers on the internet, that our opinion on this is invalid. Why? Well, because we have LGBTQ kids, and that's why.
Right.
And so we've just changed our mind for their sake.
Right.
And that's, but oh my gosh. Ugh.
And who are these people, and what are they thinking that that we would just take our role as a parent so lightly, this incredibly important part of our children's lives, that I would just take my role as a mother so lightly, and as a conscientious human being so lightly, that I would just say, oh yeah, whatever, instead of thinking through what the implications are of what they're saying, of what they're asking me, these kids of ours who asked our opinion and input.
Yeah.
So no, we're fully invested in our children's well-being. And why would my searching and seeking, which I did when we first got into this, we both did with great care, great prayer, not be valid because I'm a mom? It should be valid because I'm a mom. And this would leave decisions on these matters in the hands of those who have no stake in it.
Uh-huh. We talk about that a lot, that when you're a parent of an LGBTQ child, you're playing with this is real life issues, real money, but you're being told what you should think and what you should do and what you should believe by those who are playing with monopoly money.
Yeah.
Have no stake in this one at
right.
all.
But for us, it's our life savings.
It's our life savings.
And we care about this. And for people from the outside who are just defending a worldview, they have no stake in your LGBTQ children, or you if you are LGBTQ, but they have a stake in their worldview. Naturally, they're going to defend that. Well, their viewpoint should be invalid.
Yep.
Not mine.
Yep. And
because I have the child at stake.
Yes. Let us tell you something here, that since our first came out, since our two came out, we have pondered and prayed and pressed for answers.
Yeah.
We have sought, we have studied, we have searched for God, for spirit, and all of this. We listened and we asked and we listened some more.
Yeah.
And we asked some more and we listened some more. And through it all, we heard that still small voice expressing truth and love and peace. And don't you dare tell me that my opinion is invalid and doesn't matter. We are the ones whose opinion does matter, because we have something very important at stake. In fact, two very important things at stake here.
That's right. That's exactly right. And I love you so much.
No, I love you too.
Man. And naysayers, on the other hand, toss out their opinions from an armchair. They have nothing at stake. They're just seeing if this thing will float, how long they can keep it floating, that we reject LGBTQ people. But their opinion is one that doesn't matter, because they don't have any blood on their face. They don't have any sweat on their brow. No one beloved that is counting on them.
Yeah, as a naysayer in this too, we hear this, and I know you two, I know we're preaching to the choir here, but this is one of those episodes where we want you to know that you're on the right track, that you are all good, that it is all good. But
you deserve to be defended, not offended, defended.
Absolutely. But these naysayers, they come at this with, and it's just, and I know it's infuriating at times, because they come at it not from a point of genuine concern or love, not from an underlying theology or belief that is based in love, but their motives to me and to, I know you too out there, are clear. Their hypocrisy is so obvious, but they either are so ingrained, so brainwashed that they don't see it or they refuse to see it.
Yeah.
So again, they're the ones whose opinions don't matter on this.
It's like men telling women to just settle down and be quiet. It's not so bad.
So,
and it's like whites telling Black people, it's not as bad as you think. Racism really isn't as bad as you think. And or it's like adults telling children their problems are nothing to worry about. Who are you to say that? Who are you to diminish and invalidate my lived experience because it's not your lived experience?
Yeah.
Right? And so zip it.
Yeah. It's your, just let's, in case we have any naysayers out there, but we're saying this for you, so you know.
To equip you.
That naysayers' opinions don't matter. They're dismissive, and it's frankly none of their business.
None of their business. They're not, they don't get to weigh in on this.
And we see that now, not just in those who are talking to us personally, but in some of the laws being passed out there, or not passed, being proposed and passed out there. And that is going to likely increase. So we need to be on guard for that. But we need to know in this that that it's our opinion that matters. And I love listening to people like Kai Shapley out there and
the trans young woman.
And Rebecca. I can't think of Rebecca's last name. I'm so sorry, Rebecca. She's in our photo that says, I'm the trans person the media warned you about. And who just get up there at these school board meetings and these city council meetings and these hearings, and they just speak their truth and their passion. And these mothers that get up there and speak, and they are the voices that we need to be listening to. They are the voices that matter. Beloved, your voice in this matters. If you are the parent of, or you are the family member of, or an ally of, or you are a person in the LGBTQ plus community, your voice matters in this.
Yes.
More than any of these other people.
It's the main voice that matters.
Absolutely. More than yes, absolutely. Yeah. You are the voice that matters in this.
Yeah.
And I pray that when you have a chance to speak back to the individual person, or in a setting like that, or even to yourself in the mirror, when you're having doubts, you know that your voice is what matters. Your voice is what matters.
Oh. Somebody was asking me about this just the other day. They were talking about, well, don't you think, how do you justify this, whatever, with what God thinks? And
if they only would really accept what God thinks.
And then when they realized that I had 2 queer kids, they're like, oh, you could just hear it. And you're like, no, you don't understand. What that means is I have looked at this from the upside and the downside and the inside and the outside and the, every which way. And you haven't. You've heard only what you've heard in your church community. And so you should be seeking me out for wisdom, not dismissing me.
That's right. Because if you're not here, and I want to stop and give you one word of caution in this, because, and we've said this before, that remember, don't waste your time debating with people who are committed to misunderstanding you. It can be toxic for you.
Yeah, who only want to speak and not listen.
Yeah, so sometimes it's really good to share it, to speak a truth, share a resource, and sashay away. Speak, share, sashay. You don't have to debate this.
And you're exhausted. You may be exhausted. And people want you to do their work for them. Yeah. You don't have to do that. That's where speak, what'd you say?
speak, share, sashay.
And sashay. That is so important.
Yeah. Because, again, naysayers, I'm speaking to you loudly. If I talk loudly enough, it's going to get through the devices and you're going to hear it out there. But if you're not here to love, period, get the frick out of the way. Get out of the way. Because you're not only not helping, you're making life a living hell for my kids and for countless LGBTQ kids and their families. Get out of the way.
Did you hear that?
Love is our job. Love is our job. Living hell is not our job. If you are a parent, don't let anybody tell you that your opinion doesn't matter.
If you're struggling, find someone to help you through. If you're fully on board, help someone else through. If you're tossing opinions in from an armchair, get out of our way. And if you're LGBTQ plus, draw near to those who love and support you and protect yourself from those who don't. It's your life. You get to live it.
Yeah.
We love you so much and you're so valid. And as a parent, your opinion is valid too if it's in support. If it's not, it's just the same old rejection. We love you and care about you. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, it's like you said, it's your life. You get to live it.
Yeah.
And yeah. So please connect with us. Okay. I'm trying to gather myself here. Connect with us. We have resources. And again, keep in mind for all of our resources, if finances are an issue for any of those resources, just reach out to us and we'll find a way to get them to you. Okay. So we have supportive, inclusive community for parents, moms and dads who are new on the journey, who have been on the journey for a while, who are parents of trans kids. We have community for those who are fierce advocates and are very involved in their communities and schools and in politics. And we have supportive, inclusive, chosen family community for LGBTQ+. Just connect with us, beloved, please. So I just want you to know again that your opinion, your voice is the one that matters. Your voice is the one that matters. Your opinion, don't ever let anybody tell you that your opinion is not valid because you are LGBTQ and you've lived this, or that your opinion isn't valid because you're a parent of an LGBTQ+ child. Your voices are the ones that matter. And beloved, you are not alone. You are beloved. Your child is beloved. Your heart knows what is right here, that love is always right. And you can listen to and trust your heart. Okay? Yeah?
Yeah.
We love you.
We love you.
We'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Would it be okay if I were to tell you that I am afraid someday, so I call you up and you call me down? Would it be okay?
You've been listening to the FreedHearts podcast. We have extensive resources and vibrant community for you at www.freedhearts.org. Just come say hello. And if you have questions or issues or comments about the podcast, things you'd like us to talk about, reach out to us at podcast@freedhearts.org. The music is provided by Hannah Cottrell, our daughter, the Grammy-nominated Saint Sinner, and you can find out more about her at heysaintsinner.com. Please share this, subscribe, and follow on your favorite platform, and thanks for listening.